My journey's crazy. That's why I said this. Yo, you can't write this, man. You cannot write this. My experience being gone and all the stuff that I went through preparing me for where I'm at today. You know, and Tank is older. He had the lessons, getting his lessons of what he got to do, take us the rest of the way. And this is...
If you give us a second, we'll take you to the station. You want to use the bathroom, okay? We'll take it quick. Is that fair? Yeah. All right. Deal with this officer from your rear. All right. Damn, what?
Calvin Ford, Gervonta Davis's longtime trainer and father figure, has finally spoken out about Tank's shocking arrest, and his comments have stunned the boxing community. For the first time since the verdict, Calvin didn't come across as a coach defending his fighter. Instead, he sounded like a man seeing someone he raised lose everything right before his eyes. The most surprising part is that Calvin claims no one really knew what was happening behind the scenes until now. Here's the full story.
Of the law, the right decision was made. It's just that it's a damn shame that he gets to lean on the letter of the law, and the state of Nevada and the parole committee had to lean on the letter of the law because he's somebody that I believe doesn't only deserve to be in jail, he deserved to be under the jail.
Gervonta Davis is guilty. Not of losing in the ring, but of losing control outside of it. The court's decision is making headlines everywhere, and the consequences are already affecting everything from his upcoming fights to his million-dollar endorsements. This is the same case that led to his big fight with Jake Paul being canceled. The same case that forced Netflix to look for a replacement. And the same case that could now put his license and career at risk.
Out too. What are you talking about? You know how much money he got? You know how hard it is getting out that bed to go run early in the morning in gym for hours, and you know you looking at 20 million easy. You own all this real estate. You rich. You don't have to do this ever again. Then the compounding interest, like let's say 20 million in the bank. He get 5% off of that, so he probably making $500,000 in interest. He's not even spending his money. So it's like, hell yeah, he out of here. What? He gone.
And through all of this, Calvin Ford was almost at a loss for words. Here's the thing. Calvin wasn't just Tank's coach. He was his mentor, his father figure, the man who showed him discipline, loyalty, and the value of hard work.
The question on camera. What? I'm talking about family at this point. Cause you pulled up with just somebody else. You didn't pull up with your team you pulled up with. We ain't see Calvin. Yeah.
Calvin was there.
Okay.
Calvin was there.
Okay.
I think he came a little late though. I spoke to him.
Y'all good.
Yeah.
All right, because
I just seen Calvin too. But that's another thing. Calvin is someone that he's like, when I ain't had no pops, Calvin was the person that you feel me, stepped in them shoes. So no matter if he's not my coach, anything like that, he's always gonna be in my life.
And that's why I said I would have asked that question off camera because I already know. So I ain't, but you already cleared it.
And now he's watching everything they built together begin to fall apart. In an emotional interview the next day, Calvin Ford spoke openly about Tank's state of mind. He didn't hold anything back. He explained that the Gervonta Davis people see today, the millionaire, the celebrity, the knockout artist, is still facing many of the same struggles he had growing up in Baltimore's toughest neighborhoods.
Calvin, he been with me since I was 7. I used to sleep in Coach Calvin's house. I used to sleep at his job when he was working at a seafood restaurant in Baltimore.
When I had to train Tank, when I didn't want him to get in trouble and I wanted to make sure we was together, I used to take him to work with me. And he'd chill. Everybody know him. Everybody know him at work.
Remember Calvin used to fuss at the guys that was coming up with me. And they was in the streets a lot. He was telling them, like, you can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You gotta be, like, all the way in it. Like, focus on the goal, you know? And them guys, they went left. And unfortunately, they got killed.
You weigh the odds out like that. Do you want him to go to jail or you want him to live? That's the whole idea, to come to the boxing gym.
If I ain't had the people I had around me, like the people that started with me and things like that, I probably would have been off the scene for a long time.
People often forget that Gervonta Davis and Calvin Ford share one of the strongest fighter-trainer bonds in boxing. Calvin wasn't just a coach. He was the man who took Tank in when he was a troubled kid in West Baltimore and helped shape him into a world champion. He gave Tank structure, discipline, and a way out of the streets. But as Tank's fame grew, rumors began to circulate that their relationship had started to drift.
Calvin is Calvin. You know what I mean? I got Calvin tatted on me. Calvin ain't going nowhere. Y'all don't even know Calvin for CCO. I know. You know what I mean?
There were whispers that Tank no longer agreed with Calvin's approach and that money and ego were starting to interfere. But whenever Tank was asked about it, he shut it down immediately. He insisted that Calvin Ford was family for life, and no matter what disagreements happened behind closed doors, that bond would never break.
At DC, they call me Mo. Calvin is Calvin. You know what I mean? I got Calvin tatted on me. Calvin ain't going nowhere. Y'all don't even know Calvin for CCO. I know Calvin, you know what I mean? I don't know. Calvin is Pops. He ain't going nowhere. I got that nigga tatted on me. This shit life. Loyalty over everything. Go?
That's what makes Calvin's reaction to this verdict even more powerful. He's not just speaking as a coach. He's speaking as a man who watched Tank grow up and is now seeing him fall apart.
Fight. It's a fight. People are going to make mistakes.
Vegas is going to be on fire.
You know when you make a mistake. What happens when you make a mistake? You know, do the guys see when you make a mistake? You know what I'm saying? Like again, both of them are defeated. Both of them got that so-called power. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know what Youngin going to bring. Right now, the thing is, it's manifesting in it. You know, that's all. To me, he's working good. I'm trying to make sure his body good. Because I said they say we want to endure all the punishment in the ring. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing, I'm trying to put on a show for the others to come. You know what I'm saying? It's just door open for these type of fights. You know what I'm saying? Because we see the vision of where we're trying to go at. You know what I'm saying? Gervonta always said, man, coach, time is now. You know, we ain't second guessing ourselves because we supposed to be here. We're going to stay here. You know what I'm saying? The only way
But the truth is, sympathy doesn't change the verdict. What's wrong is still wrong. This all began when Jake Paul, one of boxing's biggest draws, agreed to fight Tank in a Netflix headline event. It was meant to be the fight of the year, power versus personality, street-born versus social media. The contract was signed, press tours were scheduled, and then the lawsuit arrived. Within days, Paul's team canceled the fight. Not even Jake Paul wanted to step into the ring against someone facing multiple charges. No one wants to risk their legacy.
Saying Most Valuable Promotions immediately initiated an investigation. No, I had the wrong one. Okay, I'm reading this one. Most Valuable Promotions and Netflix have announced that Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis, the one I was reading was the one from late last week, originally scheduled for Friday, November 14th at the Cancellation Center in Miami, Florida, will no longer be moving forward. Quote, our team has worked closely with all parties to navigate this situation responsibly, said Nikisa Badarian, CEO of MVP. While we will not be moving forward with this event, our plan remains for Jake Paul to headline an event on Netflix in 2025. And that is what I'm hearing as well. They want him to fight in December. That is the hope. And they're actively looking for a opponent. More on that in a moment. Details regarding a new date, location, Jake's opponent, and additional bouts will be shared as soon as they are finalized. We thank Netflix, Cancellation Center, Seminole Hard Rock and Hotel and Casino for their partnership.
But behind closed doors, Calvin says Tank was devastated. He revealed that Tank's training camp leading up to the controversy was the best he had ever seen. His speed was sharp, his power was back, and mentally he finally seemed focused. But once the accusation came out, everything fell apart. The verdict has divided the boxing community. Some fans say Tank deserves what's coming, while others believe he's being unfairly targeted because of his past. For Calvin Ford, however, it's deeply personal. He explained that after Floyd Mayweather and Tank drifted apart, the boxer's circle became smaller and quieter. Without Floyd's guidance and media shield, every mistake hit much harder. And while Mayweather stayed busy with exhibitions against Mike Tyson and keeping his image polished, Tank has been facing real-life consequences, courtrooms, raids, and canceled paydays.
Floyd, that's like I say, Tank is Tank, man. But at the end of the day, you know, the man is chasing greatness. And you should be supporting that. I always tell you that. You should be supporting that, you know. It's a rocky road that we're seeing what's going on. Just pay attention, man. The story is going to reveal itself, you know. But again, That's how you burn britches. Somebody said this is the true colors of a person that's coming out, man. They can't stand it, you know. Calm is I don't like using that word calm, you know, but our Lord knows. He knows. He knows. He knows.
Even now, Floyd hasn't made any public comments about the verdict. But insiders say he's been keeping a close eye on the situation, reportedly telling friends that Tank brought this on himself. For months, fans and analysts noticed that Tank didn't look like himself. That draw with Lamont Roach wasn't just a bad night.
Tank is hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up, he done. Tank is done.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag, of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something solar, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing. He's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offered, give him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't taking that fight.
People started questioning his drive, his conditioning, and even his life outside the ring. Some believed Tank had lost his love for boxing, that he no longer wanted to be great and was just cashing checks. But then the Jake Paul fight came along and everything seemed to shift.
For something like this, obviously smaller guy. How was this in the training aspect, Jake?
Yeah, there's a lot of punching down, practicing, hitting below my knees, and a lot of speed. We're sparring.
That's what we need.
We're sparring.
Warm up.
Some
I know
8-year-olds. I got the 8-year-olds in there.
If I find out anything, I'm gonna beat your ass and I'm gonna beat Jaden Love ass. On my mama, I'm gonna beat both of y'all ass. On my mama. And he laughing. He know. He laughing.
What are you talking about?
What
does he have to do with this?
Let anything. You know what I'm talking about. Let anything. Nah, I don't have to say it right now. Don't worry about it. I don't gotta say it up here. Let anything happen. And I'm gonna show you and him. Bet.
And that's why this verdict stings even more than any fight in the ring. This match was meant to be his redemption, the moment Tank would show the world who he really is. According to court records, Gervonta Davis was found guilty on multiple charges, including domestic battery and false imprisonment. The alleged victim, his ex-girlfriend, submitted photos, witness statements, and police reports as evidence.
Jake Paul, Gervonta Tank Davis, the fight is in jeopardy. There's another, yes, I said another domestic abuse allegation against Gervonta Davis, and that may either destroy, postpone, change the entire event. There's been a lot of allegations against Tank. When things like this happen over and over, I think this is his 4th or maybe 5th allegation of domestic abuse, you kind of start to have to look at the person that's being accused of such and go, why do you keep ending up in these situations? And the way it's described, we've even seen Tank do some of the things already on camera. I don't think that's something that Netflix is wanting to be a part of at that point. I don't know if Jake wants to be involved with somebody like that, which is why they're starting to look for potential replacement.
The jury's decision wasn't unanimous at first. They debated intent, past incidents, and credibility. But after hours of discussion, the guilty verdict held. Tank's legal team is already preparing an appeal, but that process could take months, maybe even years. Meanwhile, boxing commissions could suspend his license. If that happens, Tank's career could end before he ever steps back in the ring. Calvin Ford knows this all too well. This isn't the first time Gervonta Davis has seen his career dragged into a courtroom instead of a boxing ring. He's been fighting legal battles almost as often as he's been facing opponents.
Any thoughts on that one?
You did, huh? Again?
Yeah, again.
You know, I mean, hey, look, I actually like Tank Davis. He's a good, he's a good kid. He's a good fighter, a great fighter, actually. He's one of my favorites. Yeah, just get your... That's it, basically. Just shit, you don't hit women, man.
Yeah!
From the 2020 hit and run in Baltimore that injured a young mother, to the 2023 house arrest violation that sent him to jail, to the multiple domestic violence accusations over the years, Tank's name has often made headlines for reasons far from uppercuts or knockouts.
Boxer Gervonta "Tank" Davis out of jail tonight. The famous South Florida fighter bonded out less than an hour ago.
Now he's accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend in front of their children. CBS News Miami's Trish Christakis is live at the jail in West Miami-Dade with details on the allegations against.
People thought he had learned his lesson. Another story would surface, dragging him further into controversy. Fans kept hoping the fighter in him could outrun the chaos, but it kept catching up, one case at a time.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Despite everything, Calvin Ford isn't giving up. He told reporters that this dark moment might finally push Tank to face his demons. He also revealed that Tank recently started therapy, something Calvin had been encouraging for years. So what's next? If his legal team's appeal fails, Tank could face jail time or strict probation. His promotional deals are on hold, sponsorships frozen, and his Netflix fight is officially canceled. But there's still a small chance for redemption. If he shows rehabilitation, public remorse, and a real commitment to change, boxing commissions might consider reinstating him. Calvin Ford believes a comeback is possible. Boxing has seen comebacks before. Tyson, Canelo, even Floyd, they all fell and got back up. Tank's story isn't over. It's just at the part where he has to fight himself first. The courtroom may have ruled on Gervonta Davis's fate, but for boxing fans, the final verdict isn't set yet. If there's one thing this sport has shown, it's that legends are made through comebacks. Will Tank Davis step back into the ring? Will Calvin Ford be the one to guide him for one last rebuild? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Fight Field. I'll see you in the next one.